Like, if there's not a group of guys somewhere with, like, if you're not part of their long-range planning, that hurts.
Boyer. I'm from Monticello, Indiana. I'm a member of Grotto, Orak Shrine, Marat Shrine.
Now, what is the Lewis Jewel?
It's goes to generations. So, and this is my understanding of it, I haven't really dug into it, but you get a jewel and I believe it tells your heritage back.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay.
Like, where do all these kind of like fake, like, rivalries come from? Because I was like, well, some guys like the Shrine, some guys like the Grotto. But then I was thinking to myself,
who does the better parades, the Shrine or the Grotto?
My son Nathan is fourth generation that we know of. I've not been able to find out anything past my grandfather.
The views expressed in this presentation are those of the host and guests and do not represent the views of any lodge, Grand Lodge, appended body, or any other person or persons whomsoever.
Big hearts, real talk.
Brethren, we are at refreshment.
In 5, 4, 3. Welcome, everyone, to the morning edition of the At Refreshment Masonic video podcast. I am your whiskey-loving host, Wesley Reuter, and I am here with Marty and Eric. And we have a special guest with us.
oh, I'd say an extra special.
Well,
best
everybody's a special
special
when they come
guest.
on here, so.
Yeah.
Please, Jim, introduce yourself.
My name is Jim Boyer. I'm from Monticello, Indiana. I'm a member of Grotto, Orak Shrine, Marat Shrine, Royal Center Masonic Lodge, and a dual member with Libanus Lodge in Monticello.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Scottish
for
Rite
coming.
Indianapolis.
Welcome to the
and
show,
several
Jim.
other things. Thank you.
So, Marty, okay. I know it's you have a game plan, and I don't want to overrun that game plan. What?
Well, my game plan here is really for us today just to kind of get to know Jim and see what makes him tick. Jim has been someone I've ran into on several of my travels, Grotto Association stuff, going out to visit Maru, seeing all the great things he does. He's an interesting cat. And one of the reasons I say that is I feel like he's better at giving equal time and effort to both of his fezzes, because he parades with that, which, a lot of guys kind of get picky, choosy with which fez they like more. And I was actually debating that on the way here, because I want to think of things I want to talk about Jim, because I know he's super active with the Shrine, super active with the Grotto. But I was like, where do all these kind of like fake, like, rivalries come from? Because I was like, well, some guys like the Shrine, some guys like the Grotto. But then I was thinking to myself, the Green Bay Packers have done nothing to me in this world. But if someone mentions it, I'm like, fuck that, Bears. And I don't even know what that is. So maybe we're just tribalist humans. But honestly, I'd like to turn the floor just to kind of Jim, why did you become a Mason, brother? Start us at the very beginning of Jim's Masonic journey.
Yeah, can you make sense out of that gibberish?
1987. My dad was having his birthday party, and I knew he was a Mason. I didn't know what it was. I knew my grandfather.
I didn't know
was
you were
a Mason.
generational.
Yeah.
Okay.
My grandfather was a Mason in Noblesville, Indiana. My dad was a member in Monticello at Libanus Lodge, and they were having a birthday party, and I knew all the guys that were there were in lodge with him because I'd seen him in his suit and tie going to a lodge function, and I said, what is this? Tell me more about it. And everybody was like, oh, shit. And they all took off out the cars, and I come back, and I got like 4 petitions sitting in front of me for different lodges.
How old were you at this time?
I was in my 20s, probably 27, 28, something like that. And I chose one that was close to where I lived at in a little town called Burnettsville, Indiana. And Burnettsville was a lodge that was mainly, when I say older gentlemen, I'm talking 60s, 70s, 80s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it was an old lodge that had a set of stairs that was like climbing a ladder to get up to. And what I loved about this lodge was at that time they had what was called the master's carpet. You could do the entire degree work off of this master's carpet. And the old guys come in there and they took the Tyler sword and they were pointing out things as we went through the degrees and explaining it to me. And then in 1995, at that time, Burnettsville had 2 meetings a month. And in 1995, we were down to we were struggling to get enough people to make a meeting.
Okay.
So we ended up going up to Royal Center and consolidating our lodge with Royal Center, Indiana. I became master at Royal Center in 1997. And then I didn't join Shrine until about 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And Grotto just about 4 years ago.
What
wow.
was your first appendant body that?
Would have been the Scottish Rite, would be my first one. And that was because my dad was in line at the Indianapolis Scottish Rite.
Mhm.
And
They sold their building in Indianapolis, right?
honestly, I don't believe they have. I don't know.
Someone told me that, or it became like a hotel or something, or maybe
No,
I'm
no,
mixed
it's
up.
still there.
It's still there. Okay.
Have you ever been to the Detroit one?
Yes, I have been in Detroit.
Detroit and Indianapolis were built about the same time, same architecture, absolutely a gorgeous building.
Okay.
We did a lot of things. Dad and I would go down to the Scottish Rite a lot because he was in the council, Soraya Council, Princes of Jerusalem line. So went down there quite a bit, spent a lot of time down there. I got away from Scottish Rite after about 10 years and stepped away from it for a while and just finally got back into it because the worshipful master at Libanus was going in. So I took him down and I got more involved again with that.
Before you go any further, did your father raise you?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice,
Yes, he did.
Nice.
My son Nathan is fourth generation that we know of. I've not been able to find out anything past my grandfather.
And the thing that hurts there is you probably won't, because there's bad bookkeeping now.
Right.
When we have
God,
every
imagine the
information.
booking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's oh God, who the one politician from Hamilton. I don't know why I just thought of this, and why I'm basing all my national history on a play I watch on Disney Plus.
Alexander Hamilton.
They know he was a brother. But there's a lot of those. But there's a lot of those guys that only are romantically linked because we can't find the paperwork. But it's believed because of this or this guy he knew. I mean, so who really knows what's in all of our trees? But fourth generation proven, you're all Lewis Jewel people, right?
Right.
It's amazing.
And we've never signed up for it.
Why not?
My son and I were just discussing it the other day. We're going to try to get it going.
Dude,
I got to
Do
find
you
dates.
have that in Illinois, the Lewis Jewel?
I think you have to go. Oh God, I don't know. I know it exists. I know people do it, but I don't know if you have to hit up the Grand Lodge of Pennsylvania or what it is.
Because I don't recall anybody from our state receiving it from our state.
Now, what is the Lewis Jewel?
It's goes to generations.
Mm.
So like and this is my understanding of it. I haven't really dug into it, but you get a jewel and I believe it tells your heritage back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, like Daniel from No Ruz, he's traced his all the way back like 14 generations of Masons,
What?
clear back to almost the time of George Washington.
That's not four. That's like 6 generations ago.
He just said 14. Is what he
Well,
was telling me
consumption
about it.
took a lot of people, so.
Dude,
It
hey,
goes back.
not all generations lasted, 90 years.
Yeah.
Some generations only lasted 20 years, Marty.
Yeah, you'll come on the show and explain
Yeah,
how
Daniel.
we got 14 lifelines in 250 years. I need to hear about that.
But yeah, Daniel was telling me that his family goes back quite a long ways. In
I'm sure they do. It's a big country, or I wouldn't.
Oh,
they?
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you're getting involved with the Scottish Rite. Your dad raised you. So some guys join this fraternity and they're not super active. When did you, or what moment caught you that you knew this is something that you're really going to do and you're still doing? You started in 1987. You're coming on 40 years.
I was raised in 89, so
Okay.
I'm at 20. I'm at 37. Be 37 this November.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was born in 86, and I know
Yeah.
I got 40 creeping on me.
November 20th, will be my 37th Masonic birthday. Nathan, my son, is at 20.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was one of the first ones to go in when they changed it to 18 years old.
yeah.
And he's, other than when he had to work, he stayed pretty active. I've stayed active in it over the years, and I blame a lot of that on some of the guys I hang around with, because they'd like, hey, what are you doing? Come on, we're going. And we'd take off. And the bad part about that was when you get to a lodge you've never been to, they're like, we're going to go on up. And somebody says, can you vouch for this guy? Who, him? We picked him up on the road. And they'd make me work my way in. And then the second zinger would, after we were get done, we'd stop for ice cream somewhere. And if you didn't get out of the car fast enough, you were the one buying. And there were several times I had to buy a lot of ice cream. But yeah, it was a lot of fun doing the traveling and going to different lodges and doing things at our lodge. And we've got an active lodge, a very active lodge. And
Now that's that one. That's the lodge in Monticello, or is that?
no, that's in Royal Center. Now I'm a dual member with the one in Monticello.
Okay.
Where is Royal Center exactly for all of us that don't know the Indiana layout?
It would be about 35 minutes from Monticello to the northeast.
Okay.
Logansport, Indiana is just north of Logansport, Indiana. It's a little town, and I don't know the entire history. I know they used to have a building downtown, and then in 81, 82, 83, somewhere in there, they built a new single-story building because they wanted to quit having to walk up the stairs because some of the guys were getting a little old to be going up and down stairs. So that worked out pretty good for them. The building's paid off. Everything's going good. We've purchased a little more land and put a second building in next door to do we do a pork chop dinner every year.
Okay.
We've got the whole back section set up with a canopy off an RV where we can go out there and grill the pork chops. Got a nice kitchen area to work out of. Usually do a pretty good fundraiser every spring and every fall with it.
Okay, now when you say fundraiser, is that a fundraiser for Masonic charities or to keep the organization itself strong?
It helps us pay our bills at the lodge.
Let's see.
That you put the invitation out to the community or the surrounding lodges, and
And it stays busy the entire 3 hours we're open.
Where do you guys get the pork?
We used to get it from a place in Logansport. They closed down a packing house, and we're now getting it from Save-A-Lot.
I was going to say you're just using the expired meat.
No.
Perfect.
Save-A-Lot down in Delphi, Indiana.
Have you ever thought about just, getting like 36 pounds of spaghetti, just keeping it at the lodge, and just, that way it's good to go whenever you need it?
Honestly, we've never.
He overbought on a spaghetti dairy. So
I could remember once in maybe the last 6 months where we've had spaghetti. It was baked spaghetti like 2 months ago, and that's the only spaghetti we've had. So
man.
no,
We have spaghetti for a while.
Yeah, we're still using that old money trick.
Yeah.
So.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I overdid it with hot dogs one year if we were selling hot dogs, and
out here
It was hot dogs like
Yeah.
every meal until they were gone.
we had to give away hot dogs. There were so many. I bought way too many hot dogs. I think we only needed like 200. I ended up buying like 500.
That's easy to do.
Yeah. But I did buy all the buns that go with.
You can
hot
freeze
dogs.
those.
You free buns. It's fine.
All right, so you guys do these big pork chop dinners.
Now, is this when you became the purveyor of big cutlery?
no, that wasn't until I got into the Grotto.
Okay, because most people on social media know you for your large, shining metal
Spoon.
utensils. Yeah.
Yes,
spoon.
my spoon, which I didn't bring today. I should have brought it, and I
Oh,
apologize to
Wes,
everybody.
I'm sure Wes could populate the screen with all photos of Spoonie right now.
Yeah, and we also now have the fork, which has been traveling around through Darius Grotto, through Chicago, down to it's now in Evansville.
Legitimately through Chicago. It
Yes.
legitimately made its
It
way
made
through
it
Chicago.
there.
The last time I
Once.
took it, it wasn't legitimate. What?
No, we're still living in Fortgate from your fork thievery. Sorry, just so all the people at home know, Jim started this amazing program with this traveling fork of
I
fellowship.
did not. It was Steve Myers.
Oh,
Steve Myers
Shout
started
out to
this.
Steve.
Well, yeah, we'll give the credit
yeah.
to
Steve's
Steve.
like the Wizard of Oz. He's like the man behind the curtain on everything. What
He
you did
is.
there.
He's the reason why I became in Grotto.
Oh, all right. We're gonna get to
We're gonna
that.
get to
That's
that.
because we love that. But right now, here's what happened. So, Darius Dier's, however you pronounce it, from Chester, Indiana, had the fork, and their monarch, shout out Jason, was just left the fork sitting somewhere, and then maybe someone from this podcast and
And some illicit friends.
yeah, were able to take the fork, and then it made itself back to Illinois clandestinely. And now there were some people that were a little upset with this process, but then if I remember properly, Mark Vittoria, Grand Captain of the Guard, Grottos International, was involved in this caper. So I was like, oh, if you take it to the top, you're going to find the real culprit.
So yeah, I just asked him, like, Mark, I know they just got it back, but should I take it? He's like, yes, yeah.
It's there. Go for it.
You know how Mark.
Yes.
You know how Mark is. Yeah.
My-
Okay.
My favorite part was we were all huddled around it in the elevator, so nobody saw it when we came out.
Well, no. Well, the thing was, is what was it? We were all in the hotel room, right?
Yep.
And I don't know what happened.
Steve and a couple other guys turned their back, and I'm like, Mark should have taken it.
It didn't take much.
That was it.
I just know at that installation there was a lot of people going, "Hey, where'd the fork go? Hey, who saw the fork?
Yeah.
Who was the last person with the fork?"
It may or may not have been put through a blow-up doll of a special kind.
We're going ahead and censor that part out.
No, it didn't happen.
Never
happened.
It never
That was a
happened.
fun-
It did make it to a lion's den.
Dear Lord, guys.
Partial.
It made it to a church and a bookstore, and then it got returned safely.
Yeah.
It's like insane here. And that was during the amazing installation of officers for Maru Grotto,
Right.
Which is so far has kind of become the tradition to host it in Monticello.
Yes.
At how do I pronounce that lodge?
Libanus.
Libanus Lodge,
Like
which
the
is-
forest of Libanus. So
which is a beautiful lodge, actually a perfect size lodge, in my opinion. I don't, because when you're saying like they built it without stairs, dude, I hate that half our lodges are labyrinths of old poorly
Right.
constructed staircases. And I'm like, and my legs and knees are fine. Like, I'm like, you feel bad for the old dudes, but
Wait, what was built without staircase?
The Libanus Lodge.
yeah, it's
our-
you were there. It's a beautiful.
Oh,
flat,
all one level.
Yeah, it's all one
just
level.
one level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dining hall is nice,
Okay,
good
alright.
enough kitchen, lodge room that felt intimate. It's basically if you're like, what are you looking for out of a lodge? Like, if I could build a lodge today, besides like putting like a doomsday bunker underneath it for me, like that's what I'd have. But it's a great one. So yeah, then we go out there. People stay at the Best Western, and then you always set up that great meal at Angler's Proper Pork, which is always fun. You
Oh,
bring in
Angler's
live
so
music.
good. So
That's
good.
such a good time. And then occasionally some podcast people steal forks, and we're still paying for those sins today.
I wouldn't have did it if I didn't have the blessing of our.
So
great
what you're
captain
saying
of
is
the
it's really
guard.
Grotto's International's fault?
Yep.
Yeah, just blame, yeah.
So
Mark.
I'm going to throw Daniel under the bus. At the last Midwest, the fork was brought in, and partially my fault, but Daniel's like, I want to take that fork back to Evansville. I said, all right. So I don't remember if it was Steve Hinsey had it or who had it exactly. But I said something about bring it in here and put it with the spoon on the display stand. So they brought it in, they set it up, and Daniel and I are sitting at the table in there, and they had the comedians and all that going on. Daniel's like, hey, I want to get that fork. It's right there. I said, I got a plan. Just cool out.
There was a tug of war for that fork.
Yeah, well, that was previous to
that was
getting put on the stand. So we're sitting there, and I said, open the window behind you and see if there's a screen in that window. So he gets up, he opens the windows. Yeah, there's a screen. You can't get it out of the way. And he goes, so what is your plan? I said, everybody in there is going to be busy watching these comedians. I said, give it a few minutes. And I said, you figure out how to get it out of here. Now, Daniel's not a small boy by stature.
No. It pretty much looks like I'm giving you a bear hug.
He tucked that fork in and got up and walked out of the room with it, walked through that entire room full of people. I want to say there was probably a couple guys from Sahara Grotto that noticed him, but they never said anything. Out the door, long way around to the parking lot, and puts it in his secretary's car in the back in the trunk and hides it. So it is now in the possession of Evansville.
This is a funner way to do it.
I think
this is how it should be done.
I think
yes.
you can take it by showing up, okay? But if you can get it through thievery,
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be a.
So
post
it
for
almost
that.
feels more legitimate because you took the fork physically.
Go on Evansville on No Rez's
But I think-
Facebook page, and he's got a picture on there of him and Don, and they're dressed in like SWAT gear. And they've got their fezzes
Wes,
on,
put this picture up.
and it is
You'll have to
hilarious.
send it to me.
It was
yeah.
No Rez Strategic Operations Team or something like that on the front of it, and they were sneaking it like through the tunnels or something.
It is. I think it's almost fun to have everyone wonder who got the fork.
Right.
But I think as long as somebody knows where the fork is, it can't just be taken and then hidden away.
No, it is taken, it is hidden away, and when it is taken from the place when it started, wherever the event is, once you successfully get it away, you have to post
You have
the
to post
picture
who's
on
got
the
it.
internet.
So
we
know
have
who's
it. We
got next.
successfully took it. Yeah.
Now, I will give a shout out to Jason at Darius. Brian and I went up there just a few weeks ago for their
Is
state of
Brian
meeting.
their district?
Yes.
Okay.
Brian had to go up for their do their
Supreme Council District
Supreme
Deputy.
Council district deputy thing, and I went with him. And Jason presented a framed picture about so big to us, and it's got fork, in a suit, spoon in a dress, and they're holding a spork wrapped in swaddling clothes. So I've got that. I'll be bringing that to the next Midwest thing to show off.
Send us all these pictures so we can
I
put
just
those on
want
the
to know
screen.
when the knife of destiny is coming. We need to complete the set.
Like I said, we need a butter knife, the spork.
We're trying to find one.
A chilled salad fork would be nice.
Steve, find us a big knife.
We need a butter knife.
We need a big butter knife.
I'm going on Amazon and just type it in giant butter knife.
Giant butter knife.
Giant butter knife for sale.
Oh, man.
Probably on Temu, right?
Yeah.
So, Jim, when did you join the Grotto? Was it
I
recently?
believe it was about 4 years ago.
Okay.
I'd become friends with Steve Myers on Facebook.
As
and
we
I-
all have.
Yeah. And I was chatting with him on there one evening, and he goes, "Hey, got to cut it short. I got to go to Grotto." I'm like, "What the hell's Grotto?" He goes, "What do you mean, what the hell's Grotto? You've never heard of it?" I go, "No." He says, "Next month, meet me at the Shrine Club in Lafayette. That's where we meet at." So I went down there, and I pull up. Nobody's there. I'm like, okay, I
Good
think
start. Strong.
he's
Sounds like
punking
something
me.
Steve would set up.
He's punking me. So I'm sitting in the back, and another guy pulls up from Sahara Grotto, and we're sitting there, and I go, "What time's the meeting?" He goes, "Oh, it's not for like another hour and a half." I'm like, he goes, "They're supposed to be eating somewhere." So I texted Steve real quick, and he goes, "Oh, we're out at City Barbecue." So this dude and I loaded up. We went out there to City Barbecue and introduced me to all these guys, and there was several from Sahara Grotto, and they were trying to help Maru get back on its feet because they were down to in the teens as far as members.
Yeah, Maru's got a long, wild story with the old building,
Yeah.
changes of guard. It's
It's went
it's
through a
whole thing.
lot over the years.
Yeah.
So got introduced and went back to the Shrine Club after dinner and talked some more, and I filled out my petition at that point, and I think I've missed one meeting in all those 4 years.
Wow.
And then I got thrown in as Sentinel and then moved up to Master of Ceremonies, and now I'm Chief Justice. Next year I'll be the Monarch, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
January 2nd, 2027, we'll be there to install you.
yes.
You're like, are you gonna come to our installation? I'm like, what, again? You guys are doing this again? All of a sudden, so quick?
Yeah.
What happened?
I absolutely love you guys coming down because it is a party.
Oh, yeah. It's
Well, we
all-
love
Oh,
coming
it's a
down,
good time.
man. We have
It's
a great
definitely
time
a good
coming
time.
down.
Yeah.
I think the best part is I never know what you're going to bring in. I mean, one year there was a blow up doll. It's just, it is.
It happened.
It was like an educational blow up doll. It taught you Spanish and Italian. It was a learning tool.
Yes. It was.
God, we've done a lot of weird stuff over the years. And the sheer fact that
Was
we
that,
have
was that the first year we did Road Profits?
it might have been. We
That
did
was
the first car
that
cast,
road
yeah.
profits.
Road
Yeah, because
Profits.
It was.
the
That
first
was.
time because it's getting harder and harder to get us all
Because
together.
that was me, you, and Mark.
No, that was me.
No, the first
You weren't
year.
the first
Oh,
year.
the
was
first
the three
year.
of us,
You were
yeah.
last
Yeah,
year.
the road
That was
profits
the
one.
that was the first
was
car
us.
cast.
First car cast. Yeah, that's
it was
what I'm
on the
talking
way
about.
to that.
Yeah.
And that's because it's getting harder and harder to get us all together. I mean,
Like today.
Yeah.
right?
well, I mean, Brock actually was here, but I think he had to go get formula for his brand new, super healthy and amazing baby and his lovely wife. And
Brock, if
Yeah.
Courtney's beating you, just blink twice.
That's okay.
Hey.
You know the sign, brother.
yeah, so he was supposed to be here.
I like how he does it. We both do it. Like we're in trouble.
No, but that was so we actually, this installation, besides all the fun we've had, 4 controversies, starting a new way to record this show. There's a lot of things. It's kind of funny when you look at the nucleus of something, and the Maru Grotto installation in Monticello, Indiana, has spun off so many different things now.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy if you actually think about it.
Then my first time for Midwest was Chicago.
Oh, guys convention.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that one. That was a great time. I love hosting stuff at the Spring Hill Suites because we don't have to leave the building.
Yeah.
And and sometimes you do, and sometimes paying hotel prices, but it all worked out there. It was nice.
Oh, it was
And we
great.
have fun. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna do my my convention there, so I'll see.
That was when I met Guy and absolutely fell in love with him and Dee. And Guy was like, hey, I got to go, man. And he says, I'll be back. I said, all right. So like, I don't know, 1 o'clock, something like that in the morning, Guy's not back yet. And everybody's kind of walked out of the hospitality room. And I thought, oh, I'll just pick up everything, cleaned it up, shut the lights off, shut the door. Next morning I go down after breakfast. I'm like, Door's unlocked. I open it up, get everything lit up, ready to go. Start fixing people drinks as they come in. Guy walks in the door and he goes, "What are you doing?" I go, helping you. And he goes, "Okay." And we sat and talked for a little bit. And he said, "You closed up last night?" I go, "Oh yeah, that'd be me." He goes, "Well, I came back to clean up like about 2:00." And he said, "The room's absolutely clean. Lights are off. Everything's looking good." And I go, "Yeah, I got you, man." So I opened and closed for him the whole time we were up there in Chicago.
Oh,
And we've become tight, I think, since then. I absolutely love that guy.
guy's a pure character. We gotta
I
get
know
him
a
on the
guy.
show one day.
Yeah. He would be funny.
You don't know guy?
I know a bunch of guys, but
Guy
No,
Carmano?
no, guy.
Guy
oh,
Carmano.
Guy
Guy Carmano,
Carmano.
yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
Former
The only
Midwest
guy.
Grotto president?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
the most famous Mason in Chicago? He is. Everybody.
Yeah, I know, but just
We all know a guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's talking about another guy from Indiana, another guy, or another.
No,
guy
it was Guy Carbone.
Well, then after that fact,
So all I know is Jim and I have been prophets about the same amount of time.
right.
Yeah, you were
And-
smart.
Yeah,
not
you
to get
were
thrown right
forced
into
in
Monarch.
though. We threw you a petition.
And what I
didn't we?
liked about with Steve, we got together after that and we started going to Blue Lodges and signing people up and we built the numbers up.
Well,
I believe it was
At Fork
in,
Point.
like 700% our first year
Oh, growth, yeah, I'm sure.
of growth.
Mhm.
We had like almost 80 people after our first year. That's how I got my pin with the diamond in it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I bet you
that's
never
not
got it.
it.
I've only got a ruby pin.
Yeah, where's mine at? Yeah, it's on the side there.
Yeah.
That was where I got that pin, was for signing up like 10. I think it was 10 I
What
had.
what convention did you get that at?
Came in the mail to me.
Okay, so
I was like,
that year you didn't go to
what
international
the hell was that? No.
because they would present them there, but if you can't pick them up, they mail them out.
My first one was Columbus last year.
Was it really? Columbus was a very cool time. My first one was Branson in 2019
Oh, that would have been
or 18. Branson was a weird town. I had a lot of fun, but Branson's Branson.
Never been there, so I don't know.
It's cool to see. It's like a weird Christian Vegas.
Yeah.
I was just gonna
Small.
say I heard it's like the new Vegas, but I never.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, but they're
You're the only one I've heard that has presented it like that.
well, they got a lot of great shows, a lot of good attractions. I mean, the
So
wineries.
it's
are
like
great.
Vegas for LDS.
No, there is no. That's not. No.
Oh man,
no
they have
more-
Elvis, baby.
They don't have that.
They have Elvis.
Well, they
there.
do have Elvis. I
Oh,
don't know if they have LDS.
they
Elvis.
tried doing that in Big Love.
LD
That's-
Elvis?
That sounds like, but no.
So no, but Branson's a weird town. Like it's cool. Like, but there's a little bit more morality. Things close at certain times. You know, certain places serve hooch. The shows don't serve hooch. You cannot get liquor at some of the shows, which is the weirdest thing ever.
Well, that sounds Mormon.
Well, no, but no one told.
I wasn't lying to you, Wes.
No one told me this. And the first time we went there as a family, we had a great time. But we had dinner at this place called Level 2 Steakhouse, which is a great steakhouse. If you're there, go. And I had 3 martinis at dinner because I wasn't driving. And 3 martinis makes a man feel a certain way. And then I wanted, then we were going to go to some like multi-tribute style acts. It's all about the shows, right? And we get there. And it's like, and it was a real cool mix of like, there was like a Frank Sinatra person or this person, but there was like an Adele, like welcome to the other side. You know what I'm talking about? When the sky falls. I don't know if she even did that song. But either way, Adele, like, you know, she's a big girl, but now she's a little girl. I know she was a big girl.
So the impersonator, was it Big Liddell or Thin Liddell?
Oh, it's Big Adele. But you'd want Big Adele. And actually, Adele, wherever you're at, honey, I know it's good
Well,
for your
now
health.
you see the
can eat,
Thin
baby.
Adele. It's not the same thing. You feel like
No.
you're going retro.
No one wants Thin Adele. Like, that's like Santa, like, that wears, like, glasses. No one wants that. Oh, wait, Santa does wear glasses.
Yes.
It's like Santa
the
and
little
blue. It's
round
like
ones.
blue
No,
Santa.
wait a minute. I don't think Coke presents him.
No,
with
Coke, and
glasses.
Coke is a true arbiter
I
of Santa.
think Coke did have a one with him in the little tiny glasses.
This is my
Down
show.
on
Don't
his
prove
nose.
me wrong.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well then, why does Pepsi have the polar bears then?
I have never figured that out.
Pepsi has polar bears now?
They're
because
actually
that was the Super
transparent.
Bowl-
They're not white.
That was the Super Bowl ad that the polar bears prefer Pepsi now.
Yeah.
That was Pepsi's commercial.
I think they've had polar bears for a long time.
No.
No.
Pepsi stole the polar bears for.
No,
for
they have to
Super
use
Bowl.
it after a certain time, otherwise they lose like some sort of rights or something. There's this whole legal thing with certain things. I know about it because Mormon stuff and everything.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, all right. Well, either way. So bad, but so either way. So I had to find out that the shows in Branson,
you got cameras making noises.
more conservative, and they didn't serve hooch. So I had to 3 martinis sober up to an Adele tribute act, and that was painful.
Something beeped.
I say, yeah, something did beep.
Was it that one?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Must be the old secretary of the lodge.
Oh,
How long do we have on all the cameras right now?
we could do it.
The internal battery has died out, so they've been going past 30 minutes, so we're good.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so that was that, but that was Branson. But so I didn't realize when we were in Columbus together that was your first big convention.
Yeah.
Because I had missed a couple too, just due to life, and that's when I was really trying to prove my mustard to get elected to the Grand World Arts chapter line. So for a couple years, I had to pull a little bit back on going to certain events. That's where I really wanted to plant my flag. But then yeah, but Columbus was my big return too, which was a great time. Corpse convention was so awesome.
I did not get to go to that one. I'd like to because I'd become.
That's when we were at Columbus was Corpse.
Was it last year?
See,
Yeah.
I skipped
Okay.
Corbs because we had this plan to go to Victor Mann's, right?
Oh yeah, New Orleans. I missed that one. Yeah.
So, right, but he changed the date. Remember, like, oh, it's in June, and then he switched it to July or
I
something
don't
like
remember
that.
that at all.
You don't remember?
No, but
Yeah. Well,
I forget a lot of things.
I've yet to go to a Supreme.
They're good.
Dude, it
I
is
want
a
to go. I
blast.
mean, it's in Pittsburgh this year, right?
That's no Erie, Pennsylvania.
Erie,
up in the
Which
other
I don't know.
corner.
How close is Erie to Pittsburgh?
Like one corner of the state versus the other.
Oh, okay. That's
They're
pretty
quite
heavy.
a bit of difference.
So I know we're driving up there. We're stopping a day in Cleveland because I want to go see the Cleveland Aquarium and go see the lake and some of the German markets and stuff. Because like right now, it's like going to all this stuff. I feel so bad if I don't plan family time with it.
Right.
Because like, I'm literally telling my wife like, hey, we have like 3 long weekends this year. It's Grand York, right? Grand Lodge and Grand Grotto, baby. Oh, and I'm somehow have to shoehorn High 12 International in.
And you're not far from Niagara Falls, so you can do a little romantic thing there for
They're
Stephanie.
ooh, I do love Niagara. They're doing a session in Niagara Falls. I think Bob Glace's session is going to be Niagara Falls.
Yeah, it's not that far away.
27, I think. right?
Yeah.
We did.
When we talked to John Sforza,
Frank. Yeah.
Frank's work.
No,
Frank-
that would
Frank's
be 2028. Because 2027 would be Marty Haley in Texas.
Because I asked them, like, what were they going to do it New York style or do something like based around the Niagara Falls? They said they're doing New York style.
Either way, I want to have a nice time. I'll probably bring my mom to that one because she loves the falls. I might try to make 2 weeks of it, go to the Canada side too.
In my defense,
Canada was great. Yeah,
I was
that's
awful hungover last year at Columbus.
Well,
Just saying.
I think everybody at
I
Columbus
think that's
was.
the usual story.
Oh,
You know what was weird about Columbus is I never knew Columbus was kind of a problematic area. And so there was the Waffle House by the hotel.
yeah.
And one of the dinners I just didn't have a ticket to because I try to go off campus at least once during these things. And for Grand York, right too. And we're like, let's go to Waffle House for dinner. And then we went there. I think it was a barbecue night. Then we went there and we ate. And I'm like, oh, they're like, we close at 8. I'm like, you're Waffle House. You don't close. It's like the gimmick. And they're like, no, we close today. I was like, oh, I'm just talking to them. Oh, do you have like a staffing issue? Like, oh, you can't get a night cook? And she's like, no, someone got murdered and the cops told us we have to close now. I was like, oh, Jesus, honey.
We're like
Finish
that
your
movie.
waffle. Back to the safety of the hotel, please.
Is that like the place, that movie, that B movie, that famous B movie, horror movie where the town closes after sunset or something like that?
The Town That Dreaded Sundown?
Yeah.
That was a good flick.
Yeah, that's
Was,
what
that
that
was,
sounds
wasn't that
like.
based on the Texarkana murders with the hooded guy? That was real, though.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Yeah, but
Yeah.
the movie goes off and elaborates a lot.
But you know what's realer than movies we've seen?
Jim Boyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, Jim, you got yourself into Grotto.
Yes.
You're having fun. You're traveling with Steve Myers. You have a great history with the Blue Lodge, Scottish Rite. With your son, it's 4 generations. But it feels like Grotto lit a little fire in you.
It did. I have made more friends from absolutely east to west coast, border to border, including a couple over the border. I met Oscar at Supreme last year.
Oh God, where's he from again?
He was out of somewhere in Mexico,
Yeah,
but I think he was out of California, Grotto.
Yeah, there's some crossover there, though. And I always
Yeah.
feel bad when I talk about the grand jurisdictions of Mexico, because Mexico has many states. It's a very diverse place. And sometimes, maybe it's just the ignorant United States person I could be, that I'm just like, oh, Mexico. But Mexico is so varied.
Yeah.
That's like the Grand Lodge of Indiana versus Illinois. Like me and you, like, no, those are very different things.
Yeah.
And I hate to be like, Mexico is just Mexico. But yeah, so many great guys.
Yeah, and he is a purveyor of fine tequila.
Oh, really?
He pulled out the biggest
Tell me more.
flask I have ever seen in my life. And I introduced him to Vance, because Vance had his mead there.
Oh, yeah.
And we were mixing tequila with the mead and making something new, and it was pretty good. And I said,
It's called a dirty sombrero.
okay, I'll go with that.
Sure.
And Oscar was walking by, and I said, hey, try this. And he goes, what is it? I said, Mr. Vance here has made this fine mead. And I said, we mixed it with a little tequila. So he takes a little bit of a sip, and then he reaches in his suit and pulls out this flask. I swear to God, the thing was like this long. Unscrews it, pours more tequila in it. Oh, that's better. Try this.
Your problem is there's just not enough tequila in it.
I believe that was the night I lost Brian Mullins.
Yeah, well, I mean, we lost Brian that night because he went to bed early, took his vitamins.
Yeah,
said,
Yeah.
"Well,
Brian's still
for
alive. We
Hulk
just went
Hogan
for the
style."
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian's still alive.
He is still alive. We found him. We got him put to bed. But and then I introduced him to Pineapple,
My father.
yeah.
and I said, this guy has pineapples. I said, the two of you should get together and make something with pineapples. I don't know if they ever talked or not, but
So see, I love this. So you're just going around this whole amazing convention, and you're like, he has lemons, and you have aid. Make lemonade.
yes.
Whoa,
you know
whoa,
what I'm saying?
whoa, whoa.
Oh,
That's
no,
not
no,
how
that
you
came
make
out that way.
lemonade. That is not how you make lemonade.
Yeah, after I said that, complete regret. No one has AIDS. But you know what I meant by that.
Yeah.
You have lemons, I have ice. Let's make lemonade.
You
Yeah.
have coffee. I have Bailey's. It works
There
out
you
great.
go.
Oh, yeah, so he's just making friends. So you're like just connecting all these people together.
Yeah.
Like, there's
What
some...
do you want to do with the lutefisk?
So no, and you're good for Grotto. And I believe this year, even though you're from Indiana, you're actually is your first year as an officer in the Illinois State Grotto Association.
As a matter of fact, we voted us in that same day, and then I was installed as the Sergeant at Arms for the Illinois State.
Yeah, which the Illinois Association, while it represents the great state of Illinois, it's the rules and the bylaws are any state that touches it can. Because I mean, frankly, Illinois is a weird place, and Chicago is an all-encompassing thing and a strange thing in the north. Northwestern Indiana is almost a Chicago suburb.
Yeah.
It just is. And then we have the beauty of, Mohassan Grotto. Well, that merged with Zal, that I believe was in Rock Island or Moline.
Mm-hmm.
And then they moved into Davenport. That's how we kind of kept them, because Davenport's a border town.
Right.
And then we have Artebon Grotto, which is in the association, an hour up, north from, Illinois. But realistically, everything south of Milwaukee feels like a Chicago suburb sometimes too. Don't tell Wisconsin I said that. They'll get very mad. Love your cheese castle.
I'm sure I'll hear about it from the guys from Time for Fellowship. Oh, it's fine.
Oh, sorry, Time for Fellowship, guys. I love your show. but no, so it's coming together. It's actually it's great that Maru is involved, especially because the Illinois Association has been part of your doing your installation of officers for years, and just really the way we work together and have fun. And I think it's great, and I think we need these times to really reach across the line and kind of.
We're 29 minutes.
Yeah, I know. We're fine. Over.
So that's kind of cool. So yeah, Maru got
been a
brought
while.
into the association. You're Sergeant at Arms now.
Yes.
I heard there's a strong rumor after you get a purple tassel, you may be running for one of the VP spots.
I'm not going to deny or confirm either way. I don't know.
So wait,
It
is this
depends
next
on-
installation your installation that we're going to be doing?
Yes.
At Maru, yeah. January 2nd, 2027. Yeah.
Cool. I'll make sure I'm off.
Yeah.
Usually work Saturday.
I'll be off
January.
and from, huh?
Usually. I'll be off
I'm
there
working
for-
Saturdays now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
6 days a week now?
No, the Saturdays I'm off. I work. I'm off on Thursday. So
That's rough, though, because you never get 2 days off in a row.
no, not every Saturday. I have to plan it out. I'm in rotation with two other people.
Okay.
So it's one person on every weekend.
All right. Well, people shop at Menards on Saturdays.
Yeah, that happens.
Oh, and for legal reasons, I can't say he works at Menards. Yeah, we had a lot of great times. And President Vance had a very cool convention.
Yes.
The brewery tour.
Well,
shout out-
President Vance is this.
former president.
Oh, yeah. The junior passed. Because now Evan took it over. But Trip Tech Brewery in Champaign actually made us a Grotto beer.
Evan.
More. From Abbas Grotto's the president now.
Oh, okay.
Great guy. So, but yeah, they did that. We got, so it's actually strange. My favorite part of the whole Illinois convention, and I'll see if you agree with this. Did you go to the basketball tour now? Or did you miss
No,
that?
we did not.
Oh, you said that. Okay. So we got a behind the scenes tour of the training facility for the University of Illinois basketball team.
Oh, okay.
The coach is actually a brother and a Grotto member. He's a brother from Kansas, I want to say. However, with Illini Grotto pretty much almost being a campus entity, he did join, and we got this behind the scenes tour of the basketball facility. I mean, I don't really watch basketball. I mean, I don't know. I mean, when the Bulls are hot, I do. Or, you know, but I'm like,
Hasn't been since the 90s, buddy.
yeah. Yeah, every time I still walk into a sports
I
store,
know,
I
it
look
seems
for a
like last
Rodman
year,
jersey,
but it
though.
wasn't.
Yeah, I know. I was a youth then. But it was so cool to look at their facility and all the sports stuff and everything. And it just felt really cool. We went to a Papa Del's for the banquet, which is like the pizza place, like the college pizza place.
They had a good bartender
What
too.
you should
They
do,
did a
fantastic
you
job.
you should try and get the Illini to wear, well, since it's the same colors for Illini and Grotto and the Fighting Illini, get them to wear socks with the small Grotto symbol on it.
Little fez.
Yep, I'm sure Nike or whoever's providing the socks for the sports teams would love to co-sponsor us on that one. But yeah, that was so cool. Vans had a really cool convention, and I'm so happy you got brought in. My friend Charles Robertson is the chaplain now, past most excellent past grand high priest, one of my mentors. That's actually how I know I was an old timer and like I has been in the association. I'm secretary. I don't know what the hell's going on. And because out of nowhere, I'm like, all right, so what's the plan this year for officers? And I was like, all right. Evan's like, well, I'm going to appoint Jim Boyer to Sergeant at Arms as long as the vote to let Maroon goes. And Charles Robertson's going to be this. And we're thinking about having Andre Smith run for the bottom of the elected line. And I was like, oh, awesome. All three of my best friends, and I have no idea what's going on. I don't feel out of the loop at all.
Well, they figure you should know all this. I mean, you're the secretary.
You're the secretary.
Marty, you're involved in everything.
Here's what I know about Marty
You know-
Croy. If he doesn't know what's going on, we're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
I had no idea what was going on that day. I don't know.
We're in trouble.
But it was a great
Everything's
day.
falling apart.
See, and
Everything's
Brian
falling
was
apart.
the one that called me on that. He goes, we're going to join. Well, we had talked about joining at our meeting before that. And I was like, oh, yeah, we all voted, okay, let's do it. So we sent the application in and let them know. And I think it was like a week or two later, Brian calls me and goes, hey, I think you're going to be asked to be the Sergeant at Arms for the Illinois Grotto Association. I'm like, squeeze me? He goes, yeah. Where'd that come from? Oh, I was on a phone call with blah, 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 blah.
I
And I'm like,
volunteered you.
yeah, so I think that's how that happened. And I was like, all right, whatever. I enjoy Grotto AS. I'll do it if they ask me.
Yeah, you know what? Surprise Masonic jobs aren't always fun.
Oh,
And I'm the king of handing them out. But do any of us really want to live in a world where people don't think about us? Like, if there's not a group of guys somewhere with, like, if you're not part of their long range planning, that hurts.
a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're all tired. We're all at too many places. We're all putting too many miles in the car. But we want to be involved. We want to work hard for each other, and we want to do a great thing and love each other, man. That's the goal of this.
So you say the miles thing. I sat down yesterday and I've been keeping track of all the places I've gone.
Oh,
For
that's-
Blue
yeah.
Lodge, Shrine.
Yeah,
Grotto.
don't keep those gas receipts. You're gonna feel different.
Yeah.
2,200 miles I've done since January 1st.
How long?
Okay, 2,200.
2,200 miles.
Those are rookie numbers. Got to pump those numbers.
Yeah,
up.
hey, I'm working on it, man.
What kind of car you drive?
2016
Prius.
Tahoe. No.
No.
There is no way you're getting a large man in a little Prius.
I bet you we fit you in a smart car.
My lady has a Mercedes GLA 250, and it's a grill and a go-kart. I can get in and out of my little Shriner cart better than I can get in and out of her car. She has to I have to go like this so she can shut the door. And when I'm sitting in the seat, I have to open the blind for the sunroof to put my head through.
Yeah, you're fairly tall, gentlemen.
From the butt up, I'm only 5'10".
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, your energy says 6'5".
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, so when you parade with the Shrine, what kind of go karts do you guys use?
We have our group has a 32 Ford
Multi.
No, not the Model T. It's more like the little coupe with the top on it.
Okay, cool.
There is 7 of us in our group, and then the president has a John Deere Gator that they lead us. They've got a little card on the back, so if one of us breaks down, says Roadster Wrecker on it, and we can attach it to that to get it out of the way. We bought them 3 years ago from Cincinnati. Their group was all older gentlemen, and they decided to go with I guess they were like a dune buggy kind of slide into.
Oh yeah.
So we bought them, and everybody clipped in a little bit of money, and we each got one, and we have a blast with them. They're absolutely a ball to run.
How many parades are you doing a year?
We generally do about 6 or 7.
Okay, now and is this unit with the ORAC?
It is with Murat.
It's with Murat. Okay.
Now, I'm not familiar how parades work. So let's say
Well,
somebody
Wes,
gets
generally a bunch
no,
of
no,
people.
no,
are-
no, no, no.
I immediately knew.
What I mean is, if somebody's like, "Hey, we'd like to have a parade on our street or block or whatever," and they contact you, what is involved with that, and does it cost anything?
Generally doesn't cost us anything other than if we can hand out candy or not.
Some
We'll
even
run up
pay
to
stipends, I believe.
we run up to Maryville and buy candy at Albanese.
Yeah.
We buy candy up there to hand out. I think we can hand out at 2 parades. There's some that they don't allow any candy unless you're walking, and
Yeah.
I'm too fat to walk, so that ain't gonna work. But we do. Our first one is in Wolcott, which is just east or west of Monticello.
Yeah, we
You
drove
guys-
through it. Yeah,
you
we
guys
drove through it to get
drove through
there.
Oh yeah.
That'll be our first parade, and it goes down through the city and then through the park. And we don't hand out any candy for that. We just make a presence and let everybody know what we kind of do. When we get to the announcement stand, they'll tell these guys do this for the hospitals. And
Yeah.
we have a golf outing every year with our, it's called the White County Shrine Club. We live in White County, Indiana. And that one golf outing, usually we make enough money to take care of 4 hospitals, and then we try to do 1 local charity
Nice.
as far as that. So
So when you say take care of hospitals, do you to the transferred fund, or what do you guys do?
we're kind of weird about that. Our president, this is his 20th year as being president of our club. And he calls the 4 hospitals that surround Indiana, which would be Chicago, Dayton, Lexington, and St. Louis.
Yeah.
What kind of special projects you got?
Okay.
What have you got going on? The last check I brought up to Chicago was for half of what it cost to get the pool lift. We gave $4,000 to Chicago.
It's called a Hoyer lift. I forget the trade name.
Right.
Yeah.
It's what they use to get the kids in and out of the pool. St. Louis was for what they call hand camp, which is the kids that have orthopedic.
Okay.
Oh wow.
They help them with that. When I went down there 2 years ago, I got to meet one of the young kids, and he was down there to get his new prosthetic put on, and he was going to go to hand camp that afternoon. And I got to tell you what, until you take a tour like that, it's tough watching these kids do the things they do with limited limbs, with pieces missing, with legs shorter than the other. But it's also amazing to see. When I was at St. Louis that year, there was a young girl that had one leg was considerably shorter than the other, and they had made a prosthetic where her foot sat in it at about the knee level. And you wouldn't have known if you didn't see it that she had a prosthetic on. She was running and jumping and doing everything.
wow.
It's like, this is what I do this for. This is why I go out and do the parades. This is why we do the golf outing. So, I mean, it gets you right there.
It's amazing what they do with prosthetics, especially nowadays. And when you said, the hand camp, the hand training, I'm okay. So, they're trying to get the dexterity, strength, and everything back. And I don't know if you guys seen it, but on the TV, there's been, I think she's a teenage girl with this bionic hand. It spins around and does everything, but she even still had to go and do something similar to what you're talking about, hand camp, because she had to learn the nerves. Her fingers aren't there, but in her head still feels like they're there. But now she's got to get this thing firing. It's not just as simple as throwing it on and now I can move it and do everything.
The Shriners have done a one hell of a job of helping these kids to have a normal life. And that just, I mean, tell you, it's when you walk through these things and you see the different things they do. I think it was Lexington. We walked through a room. They've got this huge room, and I don't know how many cameras they had around there. And the child will get into this, I don't want to call it a cage, but it's like a scaffolding thing, and they walk around the room, and these cameras all measure how big a step they
Yeah,
take,
their gait, their
everything to do with that, so they can get the correct
prosthesis.
appendage
Yeah,
to do what they want to do.
Because their stride and the way their foot used to land, it may be
Yes.
center, off to the left, off to the right. It really,
And I mean,
you don't think about it, but it does really matter.
the room has got tape on the floor or paint on the floor where they can walk around, and they follow this path, and these cameras are mounted up high, in the middle, down low, and they measure everything about what this child has got to go through to step and to walk and to see them
to
afterwards.
formulate a plan to help.
Yeah. And to see these kids walking, and like I said, you don't know they've even got a prosthetic on. It's normal for them, and it's just like, we help do this. We help this hospital do this, and it tugs at the heartstrings pretty hard when you see that. Grotto, we do the humanitarian foundation for the dentistry, and that is huge. I mean, I never realized how huge it was till I started reading up on it, and it's like, damn. And I'm supposed to go down. I joined Tall Cedars when they first started in Indianapolis, and after a couple of years, I don't know what happened, but my dad and I had both been charter members for it back then when it came in, and we had gotten away from it. I don't know if they kind of shut down for a while, not enough participation, whatever. But I found out they do have another Tall Cedars started down there. I'm going down Wednesday to find out about that. And they have a humanitarian foundation, and I'm not quite sure what all it's about, but
Muscular dystrophy.
muscular dystrophy.
Yeah, actually,
We actually had somebody on the show.
yeah, Jim Marion, when he was the Supreme Tall Cedar, he kind of came on, and theirs is for MS, and they have a very interesting history.
I just met Jim at our Grand Lodge, Founders Day, and talked to him a little bit, because that's how I found out about Indianapolis having the.
Yeah, Jim Marion's a really good dude. Shout out to his lovely wife Sandy, who runs the Masonic Beehive, is taking over the Grand Lodge store. Great people, and they do a lot of interesting stuff with their foundation. And as much as it was cool when they were part of the Jerry Lee Lewis, the telethons and all that, they have so much more freedom now. Actually, Wes, maybe tag that episode for people that wanted to go back and learn about it, because Jim talked a ton about that.
Yeah, they had Grand Tall Cedar. Yeah.
That was the first time I ever seen it, was when I was a young kid watching Jerry Lewis, and they were on there with their little green fez on, and I'm like, what the hell was that? That's kind of neat. And then ended up, my dad called me one day, and he goes, hey, we're joining Tall Cedars.
It's amazing. So you
What the
actually
hell
got
is
to
that?
see the Tall Cedars on the telethons back in the day?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
They'd come out. Of course, back then you only had 3 channels, so you didn't have much of a chance to watch anything else when I was a kid.
No, Tall Cedars at the telethon was about as good as it got.
Yeah, you'd watch Jerry Lewis telethon, and these guys come out with a little green fez on their head, and I'm like, that's kind of neat.
Did they call theirs
what the hell
pyramids?
is it? I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I've got one somewhere. I don't even know what happened to it. It's been since the 90s since I've had it, so.
So one more controversial question before we get to the end of the show. Who does the better parades, the Shrine or the Grotto?
Honestly, I'm going to say it's a 50-50 mix. I think they all do.
It depends on what.
Phew,
It depends on where you're going for your parade.
Right.
too.
Yeah, it depends on what, I mean, as far as the Shriners, they have,
The Shriners, I would say, are more recognizable.
well, they have a vast array of different groups.
Right.
I mean, you go up to Iowa, they've got what I think it's called the Wheat Whackers. These guys have made little combines, and they're cool as hell. Look it up on Tin Lizzies. You got to go back quite a ways before you see it on Facebook. And they've got these little combines they're riding around on in a parade. But you've got the Tin Lizzies, you've got the Roadsters, you've got the Prowlers, you've got, I think there's some Dodge Chargers out there.
Well, you even got the Marauders, the Pirates.
Yeah.
There's tons
Sahara's
of different
got
groups out there.
I think they're Corvettes. Their
Yeah,
group
it's the
has
Hair Guarders, the
Corvettes.
Corvettes.
I call them the Speed Racer cars because they look like the old Mach 5 from the Speed Racer.
Which actually would be cool. I mean, I get why they want to use Corvettes, but they should do Speed Race. That was so cool.
And you go down to Indianapolis, and they've got the Indy 500 Club.
Yeah.
And they've got all old Indy cars. You've got I
We got
believe
the
it's
57s out of ours.
Yeah. Johnson County down there has got quarter midgets. They've got some guys that's got quarter midgets and have those in the parades. They've got a looks like a little Peterbilt wrecker truck that they use in the parades. But I mean, it's just, there's so many different groups just in Indiana, for crying out loud. I mean, you just can't believe all the different. Logansport, which is west or east of us, they have the 3-wheel patrol. They've got these little 3-wheel carts that are pretty cool.
And then you've also got like Grotto clown units and all
you
types
got
of different
clowns.
units. Yeah.
You've got, I don't believe Indianapolis has the horse patrol anymore, but that was huge back in the day.
Yeah, we have the Black Horse here in at Medina. It's
I
called.
don't think I read of that.
Did they?
I have no idea, buddy. All I know is horses are getting harder and harder to keep,
Yeah.
and
The
and the
original-
prices with them. Yeah.
The original Black Horse was out of Culver, Indiana. The ones that do the presidential funerals, that's out of Culver, Indiana. They have a military academy there, and you can drive out there and you can see them in the fields. They're beautiful horses, absolutely gorgeous horses.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, this year too is going to be the first ever to celebrate America 250. It's going to be the debut of the Shiloh Grotto float,
Yep.
anchored by DJ Flash, alumni of the show, who's going to be. I mean, what do you say he liked to spin when he was on the show, like dirty ghetto trap or something?
Yeah,
music.
ghetto trap. Yeah.
And I don't think we'll be spinning much ghetto trap.
Yeah, I don't
but
think that's the.
I was like, just give me some techno remixes, some patriotic stuff. But yeah, dude. I was like, as long as everyone's out there having fun and doing good work, doing
I think
good
if
true
Marty would
square
be like
work.
a Kid Rock. Just play some Kid Rock. I'm a good.
So shout out RJ Johnson and Darren Landers. I did a non-Masonic podcast with them. It was a supernatural podcast. We're talking about Mothman. And I believe we came up with a theory that the reason Michigan doesn't have Mothman sightings is Mothman is a natural enemy of Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. I've heard you say that before. Oh man.
Yeah, so no, good times. And actually, speaking of all the help you guys do, you guys are always doing a good t-shirt promotion.
Yes.
The benefit things. I think you got that on right now.
All right, let me stand up and show the autism shirt off.
Make sure your pants are where they need to be.
Yeah.
They are.
Very good. Ooh.
Beautiful.
So that's the standard, Mokana with that lantern on the front. And this is your autism awareness shirt with money going back to the Humanitarian Foundation.
And Brian said this last weekend or 2 weekends ago that if we do enough, he's going to give some to the Humanitarian Foundation and also to the an autism group.
Nice.
Nice.
So buy your shirts.
How much are those?
With shipping and everything, I think this was like 42.
Do I have to contact Brian Mullins for that shirt?
Go on. I put it on a whole bunch of different Facebook.
I can contact you though.
Yeah, it's
Beautiful.
on my page on Facebook.
If I can
It's
avoid
on-
talking to Brian Mullins, I will.
We'll try and put the information.
It's
in the
on
description
Maru's
for everyone.
Facebook page. I put it on as many different.
It's a T-Public thing, all right?
Right.
So it's awesome. And actually, I got to buy one of these. So I bought other shirts you guys have done. You guys always have nice stuff.
Yeah.
It's always for a great cause.
That's good quality shirts.
Yeah, they really are.
And it's a good quality shirt. I was like, damn, I like this. It's comfortable. It's hard to find a shirt to fit somebody of my stature.
Yeah, I
Correct.
get that. Because they never make shirts long enough.
No.
And then it's like,
It's wide enough, but never long enough.
yeah,
Right?
I'm like, tighten it up on the body so I don't look like a blimp. And then, give me a little.
It's like
extra pockets.
suit jackets are the opposite. They're always long enough. They just never are wide enough.
Yes, I've one or two
You're like
jackets. I
you're
gotta
like a
wear with the
Tyrannosaurus
vest.
Rex.
It's all
when
part
you
of
put
a
'em on.
failing system. It's all downhill. Any final thoughts or
Any shout outs?
Oh man, shout out to mine would be to the whole Illinois State Grotto Association team. We just came off that convention. Mark can't be with us here today because he's at Board of Governors in Ohio, doing the long range planning for Grotto. Shout out, I just had an amazing Royal Arch chapter day yesterday where we exalted 8 people. Then my father-in-law's VFW after spaghetti. You
Oh,
were
it's
there.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
just great.
honestly, people are out parading, people are having fun. Just everybody keep it up. Let's
Keep
have
up the fellowship. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's currently April. I have no idea when this episode's coming out. Let's have the greatest summer ever. Summer 2026 is the one. Don't buy the hype. Don't listen to the media. Love your neighbor, and let's get it this summer.
It's hot Marty summer.
It is hot Marty summer.
No,
was
that's it.
That was
I
a
got nothing
picture
else
in
to
my
add.
mind that just went, ooh, shit.
Ooh. No, yeah. Shout out to The movers and the shakers, guys actually making it happen.
To the movers and the shakers.
Yeah,
That's
the
a
movers and the
toast.
shakers. The guys actually making it happen. The guys actually out there doing fellowship.
We'll save the best for last. Shout out to the guys from Time for Fellowship and for Brock, because I know they had fun yesterday in Wisconsin at the Scottish Rite
Don't
event
shout
that
out
they
Brock.
had.
He left us.
I know.
He was tired.
So that's why I'm giving him a shout out, because he was a pussy and he had to leave. So shout out to you guys,
Brock, we love you. We're glad
we
you're
love
home.
you.
for
Thanks
us
for
with the
trying
formula.
to come
So
out.
glad you brought the formula home.
I'm going to keep talking. You guys want to talk over?
Don't
me again?
forget, Brock. Let us know.
Let us know. Courtney's, beating you.
If I got to drive back up from Indiana to give him a hand, we can also get Daniel, since they've got the No Ruz strategic operations team. We can get him in here.
Any shouts out, Jim?
Do you have any closing
Brock?
thoughts yet, brother?
To my 2 shrines I'm a member of, Marat and Orak, to Maru Grotto and all my brothers at the Grotto, to Royal Center and Libanus. God love you guys. And to my kids and my son, love y'all. Thank you.
Love you, brother.
Cheers, bro.
Oh, that's all right.
Look at me go.
Illusion's empty.
There was a little bit in there, not much.
Well, everyone, that is our show. It
Don't forget
has
to like and
been
subscribe.
close to a year since we have done an in-person recording. I know I've had a good time doing this. I know you guys have as well.
Oh, I love doing it in person.
Again, we're not going to stop these things, but they're just going to be far and few in between. So, everyone, thanks for watching. If you haven't, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let us know what we're doing right or wrong. Everyone loves to let us know what we're doing wrong.
Actually, if you're doing something wrrong, just keep it to yourself.
Whatever. Just comment. Whatever. Thanks for watching, everyone.
God bless.
Building every wall. Welcome to At Refreshment. Love, share the truth. Lighting the room when the mic comes on. At Refreshment. Come on, come on. Every freshman, every brick and tune, stay right here. They're